Bienvenidos de nuevo a mi walkthrough 100% de Alan Wake's American Nightmare, en la máxima dificultad llamada Pesadilla, sin recibir daño y recogiendo todos los coleccionables necesarios para completar el juego al 100%. Estos coleccionables os van a aparecer en la descripción con unas marcas de tiempo para que podáis saltar a ellos directamente. Si os gusta este contenido de alta calidad y gameplay cinemático, podéis darle al botón de like y suscribiros a este canal. Esto me permite llegar a más gente y seguir creando contenido de calidad. Gracias.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures. Each time he gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
What are you, King Hillbilly?
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Quizá este sea uno de los episodios en los que más se habla claramente del lore de Alan Wake de manera explícita, in-game, en la televisión, en la radio, en las páginas del manuscrito. A ver, lo que era originalmente un ensayo en el primer episodio de American Nightmare, ahora se ha ido corrigiendo, se ha ido desarrollando. Las partes que necesitaban ir más rápido se han acelerado. Los personajes saben cómo moverse por el tablero, saben qué se necesita de ellos. Y la sensación, decídmelo vosotros si no es así, pero es básicamente que en el ambiente se masca una batalla final que está a punto de suceder.
The Anderson brothers should probably have been in a facility somewhere, despite their tendency to escape from such places. It could be argued that they had no business being on tour, considering their condition. Their lives mostly revolved around the laundry list of ailments and their endless quest for liquor. But Barry Wheeler managed them now. And whatever else they might say about Barry, he knew how to make things happen. And honestly, it wasn't like the Andersons were the most difficult clients he ever had.
He hablado poco de personajes como los Anderson, de Thor y Odin, y son personajes que, a ver, tienen mucho peso, ¿vale? Especialmente en el primer Alan Wake. Si no lo habéis visto, os recomiendo pasar por la lista de reproducción que tenéis en esta descripción de este vídeo y en todos los de esta serie, porque se habla mucho de ellos y tienen un cariz importante en la historia. Pero es que se desarrollan aún más todavía en el segundo juego, es por eso que no he hablado demasiado, he escogido no hablar demasiado de ellos, ¿vale? Para definiroslo rápido, son creadores en este caso que usaron el poder del lago a través de la música y que también se enfrentaron a la oscuridad que emana de ahí. Se enfrentaron y, entre comillas, la ganaron en su momento.
Stop. Saving Emma.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
So, one morning I was running. It was in the fall. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the sun was just coming up. And there's this huge estate right on the Long Island Sound called the Ziegler Estate, and it's monstrous, and it has these old iron gates that have they're spiked, very, very sharp. But it's, acres and acres of land. And so I'm running, and I'm listening to Tosca, listening to opera. And there's a moment in Tosca where Tosca's about to stab Scarpia, okay? And it's very, very dramatic. And it's like, they're like, there's this huge duet. And so I'm running, and you can see the breath coming, you know, you can see my breath coming, the sun is coming up, and there's this incredible scene happening. And all of a sudden in the distance, I look, I see something that's on the fence. And as I'm running up, I realize it's a deer. And the deer has tried to jump over this fence, like 8 feet high, tried to jump over the fence. It landed on top of the fence. It caught it in its chest, and it slid all the way down. So it opened the deer from the chest to all the way down its stomach, and it was still alive. It was flailing, absolutely flailing. I remember just this music, and the thing was running, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Absolutely couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I couldn't get at the deer. It was on the other side, so it's like the idea of like, okay, well, you should help the deer, you know, try to put out his mirror. I couldn't get near it, and it was huge. It was gigantic. And so and there was like gigantic horns. I mean, it was a visual I will never, ever forget. And I just remember as I was running, and just these flock of crows that were like in the trees just flying. It was the most cinematic, frightening thing I've ever seen. I just stood there. I stood there until it died, you know, and then just started running home.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, And that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly. Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter. So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not going to keep him around, that's for sure. Al,
Ow! Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kind of like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Este es un episodio corto pero muy intenso, o sea, prácticamente Alan ha regresado para poder salvar a Emma y conseguir las llaves de la entrada del área del telescopio. He optado por dar un pequeño rodeo para recuperar de nuevo la Magnum, que es el mejor arma primaria de todos, y me va a ayudar obviamente a acabar con las hordas de poseídos que ya estáis viendo que aparecen tanto en este episodio como en los futuros. A partir de ahora se nos tira todo absolutamente, gigantes de 2 en 2, poltergeist, enemigos que aparecen de frente y a la espalda. Necesito las 2 mejores armas posibles y una de ellas es la Magnum.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Los combates en este episodio no requieren de mucha estrategia, ¿eh? También eso es cierto que tengo que apuntarlo. Por el mapa hay 4 bengalas, me refiero por el mapa cercano a lo que sería la estructura del hotel, del motel Ocean Shore. Hay 4 bengalas, una bengala de la pistola, 2 granadas de luz y si necesitara más, pues tan solo tendría que desplazarme hasta la cafetería para recuperar en total 3 bengalas más. Con esto en mente es cuestión de no gastar demasiado, pero sí lo suficiente para convertir esto en un paso militar, es decir, acabar con ellos, pero que en ningún momento estén cerca de tocarme.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
No hay mucho más, este episodio no da espacio a mucho comentario, es más una recreación de la fuerza de voluntad de Alan por continuar hacia adelante. Mucho de lo que se habla y se comenta en los propios manuscritos del juego, como ya dije, en la televisión, en la radio, en las conversaciones que hay entre Alan y Emma, y no hay mucho más que explicar. Espero que hayáis disfrutado este episodio, nos vemos en el penúltimo episodio que emitiré mañana a esta misma hora, y eso ha sido todo. Adiós.